Today we're talking all about Swedish death cleaning for crafters, and the good news is you don't have to be Swedish or near death to experience all the benefits. Hi, I'm Elise from the blog LePetitSaintCrochet.com, and lately I've been sort of obsessed with this idea of decluttering my entire house, and that includes my messy little craft room. As I was doing my research, I came across this concept of Swedish death cleaning, and I thought, what in the world is that? It really piqued my interest, and I actually found this little book at my local library. It is The Gentle Art of Swedish Death Cleaning by Margareta Magnusson. Not sure if I'm saying that correctly, but I have really enjoyed this little book. It's only 117 pages long, which I think is really great. Now, one thing to note is that this is not a how-to manual for how to declutter. It's more like you have a quirky Swedish neighbor who tells you stories about how she decluttered her own house after the deaths of her parents and eventually her husband. And she's really funny and personable, and it's an inspiring book, not a how-to manual. But I'll leave a link for it in case your local library doesn't have it. It's a really cute little book, but I'm going to tell you all about Swedish death cleaning, what it is, how to do it, and then I'm also going to show you my entire process because my little craft room took a lot longer than I thought it was going to. So what exactly is Swedish death cleaning? Well, there's actually a really great quote from the book that the author writes to really explain this entire concept. Do is death and städning is cleaning. In Swedish, it's a term that means that you remove unnecessary things and make your home nice and orderly when you think the time is coming for you to leave the planet. But she also goes on to explain that you don't have to wait till the end of your life to begin this process because there are so many great benefits to decluttering your space. And I believe that's especially true for us crafters. So why should crafters Swedish death clean? Well, the only way I can answer that is by sharing my own story, and that is of accumulation. I tend to be one of these people who has a tendency to be a pack rat. I love stuff. I love getting stuff. I love buying stuff, and I love finding things for free especially. I also love to accumulate things because I feel like that it saves me money in the end, because if I buy a whole bunch of yarn on sale, then boy, I have saved myself some money. And sometimes I don't even use those items, so they just accumulate and accumulate. There isn't a place for all the items, so things are strewn about and it just spills over into other areas. And that's when I start feeling a lot of my creative energy being just sucked away, because if I come into my crafting space and I feel that it is really disorganized and cluttered and packed in, I feel less creative. This is why for me this process is so important, to get rid of the clutter, get rid of the excess, keep what I need, donate or sell the rest. What's the point of having all these crafting supplies if I don't feel inspired and creative? And I don't think I am unique in this situation. I know a lot of crafters who struggle with the amount of materials that we accumulate. And I think there are a few reasons for that. Number one is fear. I think we are so afraid, and I know this is true for me, that if we don't have the materials that we need, or oh my goodness, if we missed out on a sale, there'll never be another sale again. We have to remember that these big companies are geniuses when it comes to creating that mindset that, oh, if I don't get it right now, I'll never get it. And that's just not the case. So I think if we acknowledge that we can become fearful or worried that we're going to miss out on a sale or we won't have the right supplies when we need them, I think by just acknowledging that we have those feelings and recognizing that these large companies, these craft stores, are actually creating that in us is a good thing. And it's not necessarily that they're bad, because craft stores need to make money, and they have learned over the years how to work on the human psyche to be able to create that need, that fear, that worry, that scarcity mentality that if we don't get it now, we may never get it. My hair looks so I'm feeling a tad bit overwhelmed with my very cluttered, very disorganized craft room right now, but I'm going to follow the advice of Margareta Magnusson, the author behind The Gentle Art of Swedish Death Cleaning. And I'm going to take you along with me, and hopefully this is all going to be very beautiful in a few hours, maybe a day or two. I'm going to start with creating some space in this room because I've got a bunch of clutter in here, and obviously this is also my laundry room. It's also my craft room, and I've got a lot of clean clothes in here and some dirty clothes, and I need to get them out of here because they're physically taking up so much room. Then I can set up my donate and my trash pile. I don't think I'm going to be selling anything, but we'll see. But I got to clear some space out before I can even get those areas set up first. Somebody is making it extremely difficult to get all the laundry sorted, but it's done now. I have an enormous amount of dirty laundry that needs to be washed, so I'm going to get to that as well. And now I'm going to go ahead and set up my different spaces. I have a giveaway box here. I have a trash box here that I'm hoping I don't have a lot of trash. And then there's Pickle right over there getting into the packing paper. Pickle, what are you doing? Pickle! Oh my goodness. Pickle is over there again. Margareta recommends going through items that are very unsentimental. So I'm going to go through this little laundry cabinet that I have here. Pickle, stop. Oh. So I'm just going to clean this out because I have zero attachment to anything in this laundry cabinet. I'm also going to take this opportunity to just clean everything as I go. So it's day 2. I ended up completely abandoning the decluttering organizing project down in the craft room because I actually got kind of overwhelmed. So I'm armed with my wipes and a garbage bag, and I feel like I'm in a better headspace and I'm ready to get back down there and just get it done. I actually didn't think I was going to have anything to sell, but once I went through my camera equipment, which is down in my craft room, I discovered that I had this almost new Canon EOS Rebel T6 camera that I used to use, but it's not great for video, but I actually have a zoom lens and everything else, and I put it on Facebook Marketplace. I'm actually really excited that I'm going to sell things as well. I got all of my laundry stuff organized, so I feel really good about that, and it's nice and clean in here. And I also decided to store all of my, basically I call this my random yarn. These are yarns that are not part of a collection of yarns that I really don't want to get rid of because I may use them, but they don't go with any of the other yarns I have. So they're just going to sit here in this little basket, and I think they're pretty, and they can just sit here and look nice, and I can just keep them and store them. I just went through this little box. This is just random craft supplies, and I like having this box, and I want to keep all of these things, but at least it's not super cluttery, and I know exactly what's in here now. So I actually just have some felt and some tulle and a little bit of fabric in here, and I'm going to keep this stuff. I also have like a little button box that I keep some of my little favorite buttons, and I do want to keep these things. I know I keep saying I'm going to keep all these things, but I really don't want to get rid of these things because I will use them. Okay, I actually did find something that I'm going to get rid of. This was just some little embroidery that I was doing, like of a little bear. But you know what? I'm not going to keep it because I'm not going to do anything with it, and it's not something I could give away. So it's just going to go in the trash. Now this is a hard one because most of what's in here are old Molly Makes magazines, and I love this magazine and I get a lot of inspiration from it, and I'm torn about whether or not I should keep this or if I should donate them because I'm not going to throw them away. So this is one I'm gonna have to sit on for a little while and decide what I'm going to do. I don't know if I've actually ever shared this before, but I've been featured in Molly Makes magazine. Here I am with my little cotton rabbits, bunnies that I knit, and I took it to, it's actually a local cemetery. I took pictures of them there, but I'm definitely going to keep this one because, you know, there I am. I just don't know if I should get rid of the other ones because I have a lot of them. I'm gonna sit on these Molly Makes magazines for a little while and decide what I'm going to do. But I found a couple of these older crochet and knit books that I've had for a really long time, but I think it's time to just donate them and bless somebody else with them because I'm probably never gonna use them again. I used to subscribe to Simply Crochet magazine, and while there's a lot of really great projects in them, I just don't think I'm gonna keep these, but I am gonna donate them because I think somebody may actually like them. So this is a needle felting kit that I have. I'm probably never going to make needle felted animals again, but I think I am gonna keep this because there are the tools in here, and I have seen needle felted eyes for amigurumi. So I'm going to keep the tools that are in here, and actually I'm gonna keep the felt as well, because this is really nice quality materials, and I don't really wanna have to buy these again if I ever decide to needle felt. So this is one box that it's going to be a little bit hard for me because I just have random things that I've made that didn't turn out the way I thought they would, or I'm never going to use them, and I just have a hard time deciding, do I part with them or what do I do? But what's the point of keeping them? I'm not going to use these. There are some pretty granny squares in here, but they're just sitting in this box, never getting used. So I have some finished items, like these are some baby bonnets that I made a while ago, and I may end up making this just a finished object kind of area that I will just keep some of the things that I've made. I think that's what I'm going to do. Made the decision, got rid of all of the things that weren't truly finished objects. This is all just things that I've made that I really don't need to have out all of the time, but that I want to keep. I'm just glad to have a place to put them all. I also went through this entire basket, and there are only knitting needles and crochet hooks that I will actually use. They are all in here, and now I know exactly where they are, and there's nothing random in here like sewing needles or thread or anything else. So this box right here is actually a file box, and I have a lot of printed patterns in here, and a lot of them I'm never going to use again. So I think I need to go through all of that. Then I have these different binders up here, and they all have printed patterns as well, and I just need to go through all of them. All right, all done, all done. I don't need your help. Oh, bless you. You're very good at helping me organize my patterns, Pickle. You're all done? Do you think there's other things that you can help me with? Oh, okay, you wanted to help with the patterns again? Okay. Well, I'm actually all done with them. You just were gonna what? It's 7 o'clock at night and I've been working on and off most of the day, and I'm this close to being done, so I'm really excited about it, but I am so tired. I will show you kind of my giveaway pile, my garbage pile. It's not as bad as I thought it was going to be, so that's good. I was just able to kind of get through everything, and then tomorrow when I'm fresh and I put some makeup on and I fix my hair, I will actually give you a proper tour and kind of show you exactly what all happened, because I figured you didn't want to watch me just cleaning the whole time. So I'll be back tomorrow, fresh and ready to share everything. You may have noticed in the beginning of my decluttering process that I was having a very difficult time getting rid of anything. I just didn't want to part with all of these things that I had collected, but as I got some momentum going, I found it easier and easier to let things go. And if you remember that needle felting kit that I had to keep, I eventually decided that it needed to be donated, and I feel really good about it. I found that just getting that momentum going helped me to be able to part with all of these things, and my craft room feels so good now. I feel like it is a creative place that I want to spend time in, and when I walk down those basement stairs, I don't have this feeling of dread. Everything has a place and everything is put away, and I love it so very much. I've only kept the things that I truly love or that I'm going to definitely use, and that feels so good. I still am sharing this space with my laundry area, and that's okay because I've got everything under control at this point. I have my yarn organized. I have all of my crochet and knitting books in one place. I also have set up a little office area for myself to keep up with my content calendar for the YouTube channel and my blog. So I'm really loving having this all set up. It is amazing. If you're looking for more information about decluttering and simplifying your life by getting rid of things around your home, I also really recommend this book, The More of Less by Joshua Becker. He also has a YouTube channel that I really like, but this book really is more of a how-to manual, and it also goes through the entire psychology of why getting rid of things actually makes our lives a lot better. But I also want to mention two other resources that you might really love, and that is the Minimal Mom on YouTube. When I was working on my room, I had her videos playing in the background, and I just found so much inspiration from her. She's a mom of 4, and they had a lot of clutter, and they have actually become minimalists, which I just really admire a lot. And the other channel that I really like is the Clutter Bug. This one is so great. There are so many good resources and inspiration for how to get rid of your stuff and then how to organize it as well, because it's one thing to get rid of everything, but you also want to get everything organized as well. So I'm loving both of those YouTube channels. I really hope you enjoyed this video today and that it has inspired you to declutter your crafting space, whether it's through Swedish Death Cleaning or just getting rid of stuff you're no longer going to use. And if you liked this video, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel and share this video with somebody who you think may benefit, and maybe they're a bit of a pack rat like I am as well. As always, stay safe out there and happy stitching.